Slum 1200 GGI Mob, and I'm back. Slum 1200 GGI Mob, and I'm back. Slum 1200 GGI Mob, and I'm back. Back.
Put a loaf of bread on your head like I was baby now. Niggas say they pull up and spray, wasn't no saving it. Shit, I'm out here trapping, no capping, trying to feed my baby now. Yeah, I keep the 50, you dig your grave, I'ma lay you in. I ain't with the back and forth beefing all on the internet. I'ma catch you lacking in traffic, nigga, and leave you there. Shit, I know some niggas, a cut you, split you from ear to ear. Cutthroat to the gristle, my nigga, rest in peace, Soldier Slim.
You know, working women have to balance a lot of demands, but most of us aren't doing that while tracking down one of Baltimore's biggest known drug dealers. Special Agent Michelle Winkus is. ABC 2 News investigator Josie Sturman has a story on how this mom helped take down a multi-million-dollar drug organization with an investigation that took years.
Fancy cars with price tags higher than a house. Gold chains and necklaces with jewels as big as your hand. Luxury condos that rent for $5 grand a month. Dealing drugs can get you all that and more. The downside is you can't keep it.
People see what appears to be the upside of drug dealing, people living the high life, but they don't recognize is that's very short-lived.
From swanky penthouse to prison cell, it's not a government scare tactic, it's a true story. The real-life riches to rags tale of one of Baltimore's biggest drug kingpins, a man the feds call Mr. Big.
He's a big guy, he's large, he's physically big and kind of intimidating, but he's also a big cocaine dealer.
One of the biggest in Baltimore, according to the DEA, trading at least 1,000 kilos of coke, tens of millions worth, right in our area. Garnett Smith may have made fortunes dealing cocaine and heroin, but it cost him.
From this rundown business complex tucked off of West Franklin Avenue, federal prosecutors say members of the drug ring would offload shipments of cocaine from hidden compartments in cars, which had made the 1,400-mile trek from Houston twice a month. They then allegedly would load them up with drug money and drive them back or send them back on car trailers. Their take of the loot funded some luxurious lifestyles.
Guys like this don't come around every day. So when you get someone like this that has been doing it for so long and does it well, it's like a chess game.
And Michelle Winkus is no pawn. In fact, she's the DEA agent who helped bring down Mr. Big.
Kind of came on the periphery of a lot of cases, but he was in nobody's front sight, so to speak.
Smith was able to fly below the radar until a random traffic stop in Arkansas in 2011. State troopers there pulled over a car carrier and found something unbelievable. $2.3 million in cash. It was money with ties to Mr. Big and Baltimore.
When you get something like that, you cannot waste any time.
And time is what DEA agents spent breaking down Big's operation. An investigation that started with a nickname and a phone number spanned 2 years. Agents tracking down Garnett Smith, building a case as he sent drugs and money crisscrossing the country, often hiding it in hidden compartments. They eventually nailed him with $300,000 worth of heroin hidden in this one.
Special Agent Rodney Benson says their investigation, dubbed Operation Four Horsemen, resulted in the seizure of $23.8 million and 567 kilograms of cocaine. Now, out of the $23 million seized, the DEA is giving $8 million to the local and state law enforcement agencies that lended critical resources, equipment, and manpower to this 2-year operation.
The defendant allegedly purchased a 2013 Rolls-Royce Ghost that cost $296,000, a 2014 Ferrari Italia valued at $271,000, and a 2014 BMW M6 valued at $114,000. So they were allegedly spending a lot of this drug money on cars.
Also on high-end homes and jewelry, including a 16-carat diamond ring and a $100,000 wristwatch, which will be part of $15 million worth of items which may be forfeited as part of the bust. It's been said that crime doesn't pay, but it paid rather well until 200 law enforcers in 4 different states served a few dozen search warrants last week and took down the operation. Now a federal grand jury has indicted 9 of the ringleaders, and the Drug Enforcement Administration, or DEA, says it should send a message to other major dealers that ultimately they will pay for their crimes.
2 years into this, it was time to catch him red-handed.
And the feds did, but what they found after Biggs' arrest was stunning. It was proof this major drug player was living the high life, from his downtown Baltimore condo to a Virginia co-op and around the world.
He is living lifestyles of the rich and famous. We have pictures of him in Dubai holding a gold brick, like a solid gold brick.
But back here at home is where agents hit pay dirt for their case. Inside this Gambril's townhouse, they seized more than $740,000 in cash, nearly $500,000 worth of jewelry. Other homes turned up $250,000 worth of high-end shoes, $500,000 worth of designer clothes from Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and cars, Maybachs, Lamborghinis, and an Aston Martin. But none of it belongs to Garnett Smith anymore. He lost it all in an instant. It's now official property of the U.S. government.
For a quarter of a century or more, Mr. Smith's going to spend his life in a concrete cell, and it just isn't worth it. You know, that brief period driving a fancy car, wearing expensive jewelry, he's going to pay for it for the rest of his life.
But years of investigation were worth it to Special Agent Winkus and the DEA. Their Mr. Big is now behind bars, and their team is ready to take down anyone in his wake.
If there are people out there looking to step up to take this guy's place, they need to beware because we're going to be coming after them.
In Baltimore, Josie Sturman, ABC 2 News.
Well, 44-year-old Garnett Smith pleaded guilty to charges in his drug case, but his sentencing was just yesterday. So he apologized and said he's not the type of person he was depicted to be, calling himself a work in progress. But Mr. Big was given 25 years in federal prison, which means he'll be close to 70 years old when he gets out. And as for the things Smith acquired with all that money, those items will eventually be put up for auction by the federal government. If you want to take a look at all the cars, all the homes, all the bling from this case, we've created a special slideshow online. You'll find it on ABC.
This is not a movie. It's not New Jack City or Scarface, where you see characters deal drugs with impunity and poison our neighborhoods. If you're dealing drugs in the Baltimore metropolitan area, we're going to come after you.
I bleed the streets, I am the struggle. Yeah, I'm the struggle. I bleed the streets, I am the struggle. Yeah, I'm the street. I bleed the streets, I am the struggle. Play the cuts like peroxide, waiting to bubble. Still trapping with this rapping, yeah, I'm going in. Trying to murder everything, even the pad and pen. No witnesses, no survivors. Red Cross, Glock fire, high